Welcome, we are Canonymous, keeping a watchful eye on our governing parties on the international stage. I just released a video on the lack of planning from the LibGov, and maybe just to spite me, they released this. I'm kidding, it makes no difference. They still barely have a plan as is. So, for once, the Libs did what they said they were going to do. And Mark Miller, Immigration Minister, is putting a cap on international students.
International students are a valuable asset to this country. They are bright, young individuals that enrich our communities and bring significant social, cultural, and economic benefit.
So this part is true so long as it's done correctly. Let's be frank, we're not blaming the students here. Canada can be great, was great, and it can be a great city to be a part of, but you guys in charge is what's bringing it down the toilet.
They deserve the best. They deserve world-class academic experiences that they sought out and hoped for.
This part really grinds my gears, just how much all of us are just pawns for this twisted game of power. We know you don't care about the students, and because you need a quick fix to your otherwise failing policies and dreadful polls, you play this card. I mean, to be fair, a lot of these students probably weren't getting really good education that they paid for. Is probably becoming a numbers game. But that being said, we still know that the Libs knew 2 years ago.
It's unacceptable that some private institutions have taken advantage of international students.
You dunce cap. Yeah, it's unacceptable, but you all made it that way. Your government made it that way. God, I hate these speeches. As if they didn't know what was going on 2 years ago. They were told by the public servants 2 years ago and did absolutely nothing.
Today, I am announcing 3 principal measures. 1, a temporary 2-year cap on new international student permits. It is the latest in a series of measures to improve program integrity and set international students up for the success in order to maintain a sustainable level of temporary residence in Canada as well. To ensure that there is no further growth in the number of international students in Canada for 2024, we are setting a national application intake cap for a period of 2 years.
Just in time for the elections. I'm kidding. This is a good thing. Well, it's a good start. I'm sure the Conservatives will probably extend with something like this when they take over, if they feel that it's necessary in the 2-year time. They say it would bring in about 300K plus students, a decrease of 34%, and this could be adjusted on a province by province basis, as it would be, depending on just how the population that they have, etc., etc. This won't affect PhD students because, we need the highly educated ones. That's the ones we should have been planning for in the first place. Those are the ones we should be taking. It's funny that there's lineups for McDonald's jobs. I went to Montreal, and as I'm driving to Montreal and I go into these fast food restaurants just to pick up some food, like A&W, whatever, love A&W, went to A&W, and I'm seeing there's a lot of there was or is a lot of Tamil guys there, and there's nothing wrong about that. But the thing is, I'm thinking, you guys seem like you're relatively young. It seems like you just got here, so where are you all living? Because, back the way I came is 300. It's 3 hours away to get back to Toronto and still another 3 hours to get to Montreal. So you're not living in one of these smaller towns. I doubt that. So what's going on here?
Postgraduate work permits will no longer be available to public-private institution models. Thirdly, in the coming weeks, we'll be announcing that open work permits will only be allowed and be available to spouses of international students enrolled in master's and doctoral programs, as well as professional programs such as medicine and law.
He looks nervous. He looks a little nervous to me. You think he's nervous? Is he nervous to say this? This is what people want. You shouldn't be nervous to tell them the things that we've been asking you guys to do for years.
Spouses of international students enrolled in other levels of study, including undergraduate and college programs, will no longer be eligible. To be clear, the cap will not apply to applicants within Canada looking to extend their studies, as it wouldn't be fair to prevent someone from finishing the program, nor will the cap have an effect on study permit holders currently in Canada.
So he ends it with this, really isn't against any particular group, but for blah, blah, blah reasons. We get it. You're not racist. Anyways, I think this has been a long time coming, and finally seeing the Libs do something about it. Schools accepting anyone who's willing to play, or pay rather. It's time that they gotta crack down on that. Is it enough? Heck no. Is it just for votes? Heck yes. But we need it all the same. So just don't forget that this problem could have been addressed 2 years ago. I don't know how many times I said that in this video, but just reminding y'all again, 2 years ago. We'd already be 2 years ahead of ourselves and probably be in the fix right now, if it actually fixes anything, and might even be able to take in, other international students and return to normal. But instead, we're starting now. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more.